I remember when we first all met and you had created six-pack abs.
Oh, you mean the No BS six-pack?
Yeah. When you created No BS, it was one of the things that I remember going through. I thought, God, dude, like so many people do so many ab exercises wrong. And I love the way you put emphasis on just understanding how it's the importance of flexion in the lumbar spine versus just going through the movement. So I've seen tons of this shit on IG lately with all the leg raises. Everybody's doing these partner leg raises and
toes to bar, or whatever.
Have your girlfriend locked around you and then swing them up like CrossFit and stuff. Like most of that is hip flexor movement, and I think you have some of the best teaching tools when you talk about the leg raises.
How do we better proper, recruit the abs?
Well, there's nothing wrong with working the hip flexors, but if you're doing a leg raise because you want to work your abs, then you got to do it right. And
don't be a nice guy. There's plenty wrong with doing your hip flexors. How many people have underactive hip flexors that need to work their hip flexors?
Are we already?
Well, that's my point. My point is, if you're training a movement, that's fine. If you're a runner and you want to train a particular movement, whatever. But hip flexors tend to be overactive, and if you're going to work core, you want to work core.
This is the reason why I wanted to bring this up, is because 90% of the population, maybe more out there, have tight hip flexors because we're in the seated position, we're driving our cars, we're at our computers, we're always in this position where these hip flexors are shortened and tight. So to do a movement where all we're doing is tighten and more is just ridiculous.
Well, here's the thing. Here's what you want to remember. If I look at the abs, the abdominal muscles attach at the rib cage and at the pelvis. And what the abdominals do is they contract and they shorten the distance between those 2 points, okay? What they don't do is flex me at the hips. So this is not abs. And if I do knee raises or leg raises here, and all I do is lift my knees up to here and down, my abs are supporting, they're stabilizing, but they're not working.
Which is why people feel it. This is why some people feel it when they do it. They think like, oh, well, I'm doing it fine because I can feel it in my abs. Well,
it's more of an isometric move there that's just stabilizing you.
Of course, they're somewhat involved in there just to stabilize you from swinging back and forth.
Right, and so really
you're not really flexing.
No, the abs don't come into play until I come up. And you can see, if you look at my low back, you can see how it rotates up.
And that's what you're looking for. You want this part right here.
Okay, not just here. This is hip flexors. That's core.
Which would
big difference.
Most people, I would tell, very few people I know can do that with their legs extended and get the lumbar to completely come into flexion like that. Most people should be in a bent knee position like that. It's already challenging.
It's a lot of resistance, and if you do it right, you shouldn't be able to do very many of them. But you'll find that this will, if done properly, a very effective exercise to build the abs. You will get the abs to build out and get a nice looking six-pack, but most people can't do them right. And so I would say to regress, if you can't do these properly, number one, don't do them. Maybe move to a reverse crunch on the floor where you're getting that pelvic tilt and you're getting.
Or your gym might have one of those we call a Roman chair. I don't know what it's actually called anymore, but if you're supported in this position, and then you could just focus on the knees and then moving the hips up. At least maybe that's a regression.
Well, here's the thing. It took off and it grew legs when people started to say that you work the lower abdominals for doing that. You don't work the lower abdominals. It doesn't work that way. You work all the abdominals.
Remember, you've got those two attachment points, right? I can't work from here to here. There is no lower abs. It's just abs. And if this part contracts, it's got to pull on the rest of it. So the whole thing contracts. There is no work the lower, work the upper abs. It's all the same. And the reason why people have issues, quote unquote issues with their lower abs, is because gravity pushes your organs down, and that's where you're gonna notice things are gonna pooch out. But it has nothing to do with the fact that there's different muscles. It's all abs. So they all contract or they all relax. That's it.
So you're better off being on the ground, working on perfecting that movement and understanding what flexion, extension. Understanding how to articulate
that. You have to teach your body.
Yes, learn how to articulate that movement first on the ground, then progress to like a bench that's like at a slight 45-degree angle. Then you come to like a hanging raise. This is the last thing I'm teaching somebody.
It's quite advanced.
Yes.